Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 95 of the Nigeria Football Weekly podcast. I'm your host, Oluoke. And today I'm just going to be doing a quick review of the Nigeria game against Rwanda, which took place earlier today in Kigali, which ended up 0-0 between Nigeria and Rwanda. And then quickly, I'll be touching on the games to look out for involving our Nigerian players in Europe and other parts of the world for this weekend when club football returns. So without any further ado, like I said, the Super Eagles played earlier today at 2 o'clock. Away in Kigali. It was our third time playing in Kigali. We drew 0-0, and which meant that we've now drawn all three games we've played in Kigali 0-0. What does this mean for the group? It means Nigeria have 4 points after two games in the AFCON qualifiers. And then second in the group is Benin Republic. Benin Republic have 3 points. They beat Libya earlier today. I believe the result was 2-1. And then you have both Rwanda and Libya in third and fourth place with 1 point each. In terms of how did the game go, Nigeria started, it was an interesting game. In total, Eguavoen made one change. The only change in the start lineup was Fisara Delebashiru coming in for Alex Iwobi. Everybody else who started the game against Benin started earlier today. So Basi, Ekong, and Ajayi in a three-man centre-back pairing. Nwabali in goal. Bruno Yemachi and Ola Aina as our fullbacks, Ndidi and Delebashiru in the middle of the park, Boniface through the middle, and Lookman and Chukwueze as the wingers on the left and right wing, respectively. As for our hosts, Rwanda started with Nshuti as their main striker. Muhire played as the cam in this game. Mugisha, who we know is one of their danger men, played as the left winger, and Kwizera on the right wing. Bizimana, Mugisha in the center of the park, and then Mutsinzi and Manzi in the center-back pairing. We know Manzi is their most capped player. Niyumugabu and Omborenga played as their fullbacks with probably their most well-known player, Ntwari. Ntwari is goalkeeper for Kaizer Chiefs in the South African PSL. Very, very good goalkeeper. And if you did not know how good he was, even me, I didn't know how good he was like that, but we definitely found out today. So Nigeria had 20 shots in this match, 9 on target, which means that Ntwari made 9 saves in this game. Our visitors took a lot of long shots from outside the box. They ended up with 16 shots. I don't know how. 2 on target. But to be honest, in this game, it's safe to say that Nigeria dominated the game. You know, we had 51% of possession, but we definitely looked like the side more likely to score. We looked like the team on the front foot. You know, we asked a lot of questions of their defense. Like, we constantly got through and were able to create opportunities time and time again in this game. You know, so that was good to see. You know, little things could be polished, passing accuracy. We know how African football is sometimes. And we did commit quite a few fouls in the game. But all in all, on the performance side of things, it's like if someone tried to make a good meal and you can see that they put in the right ingredients, it's not, and they were trying their best. Despite the final results, you might at least appreciate the efforts. At least some of us, use. At the end of the day, you'll be upset at the final meal, which is fair. Which is also fair in this scenario with Nigeria drawing to the 131st ranked nation in the world and the 39th best team in Africa. Home or away, people always love to talk about how African football is improving. Regardless of that, like, big teams have to beat the young boys or the lower team ranked teams on their continent. I'm sorry, you just have to do that. Yes, Rwanda are in our World Cup group and they have 7 points from 4 games, and we know that they're doing very well there and they haven't lost a game at home in a while, but big teams, really and truly, you have to be beating these kind of opponents, just in terms of it's 3 points for you to get and also laying down the marker for the March qualifiers. But anyway, we'll get into that a bit later on. In the first half, what key moments do I remember happening? I must say that, as most of you were doing, we were working. So I might have missed a few things here or there, but for the most part, I was able to watch most of the game. I remember in the 13th minute, Lookman had a one-on-one. It didn't really go his way. Not the best finish, but he was already cutting through and showing that he was going to really give the Rwanda defense a tough time today. He then had a goal disallowed in the 22nd minute, which was quite contentious. Ola Aina had a throw-in, threw the ball. Semi Ajayi jumped in there and headed the ball. And then Lookman dashed in and headed the ball into the back of the net. Quite a good goal, but I've heard reports that they blew for offside, which I don't believe, because you can't be offside from a throw-in. So that would not make sense. unless the ref. To be fair, I didn't think the referee had a good game. He was very interesting to say the least, like some of the decisions he made, but he couldn't have made that decision. I didn't see the replay about the linesman, but more likely, I think he blew for a foul, Shemi Ajayi on the defender. And while we feel hard done by that, we've seen those kind of fouls called a lot in football. How many times have you seen a corner kick or a throw-in or a free kick where they punt the ball into the box and then an attacker just like grabs onto like a little piece of clothing of the defender? Next thing you know is a free kick for the defending team. We see it all the time. So I don't think it is that mad of a decision, so to speak. But it was still disappointing because it was a really good goal. And if we had scored that goal in 22nd minute, it would have been a much more different game. I thought Boniface was also very unlucky in the first half, to be fair. 25th minute, he had a very good chance. It got saved. The Rwanda player was trying to defend from, I think it was Ola, I know, and then somehow then passed the ball through his own box. He was trying to clear it, and he played it through his defense line. The ball missed the Rwanda defender and went straight to Boniface, but he just shot wide. And then in the 35th minute, we saw Boniface hit the post. I thought he was quite unlucky in this one. He chopped the ball to his left, but because of the grass, it bobbled a little bit. But then he took a quite decent shot, which looped over the goalkeeper. But unfortunately, it just bounced off the crossbar, which was quite unfortunate. And it's funny how margins work, because Boniface has played 7 games for Nigeria, no goals yet. But if he just scored that goal, what that would have done for his confidence and his feeling in the game, and even the perception of Boniface's performance in this game, because I know some people say he didn't play well, and I know there are moments where, you know, you can argue he was not necessarily in the right positions because he likes to roam, but I thought Boniface was also unlucky in this game. You know, if he scored that goal or one of his earlier chances went for him, it would have been a different story. Also, Onyemachi went very close in the 39th minute. Shemi Ajayi crossed the ball from the right side of the pitch, almost like from deep, almost near the, not near the center circle, but you get what I mean, between the center circle and the box. And then it looped in and went all the way straight to Onyemachi, but he nodded just wide. And then in 42nd minute, that was the first time I noticed any shot from Rwanda, to be fair. Quickly, Nwabali saved this one, and then quickly we gave away the ball, and then he had another shot, but it was straight to Nwabali. In the second half, we made our first set of substitutions. So Victor Osimhen came into the team, and Moses Simon came into the team for Victor Boniface and Samuel Chukwueze. If I'm being honest, I think Chukwueze was a bit unlucky to have been taken off in this game, you have to say. It's not he was still breaking through the lines in the first half. You know, he kept getting past his fullback, you know, and that was a bit of an unfortunate one. But to be fair, Osimhen and Simon still had energy and provided what they needed to do without necessarily scoring. Other substitutions we saw were Onyedika, Oyeka and Awoni, which all pretty much came in the last 12 minutes of the game. So that's one of the things I wasn't necessarily happy with Eguavoen, in terms of making some changes a bit too late. Ademola Lookman was also unlucky in the 70th minute. He had a chance, but pretty good save by the Rwanda goalkeeper, to be fair, for that one. In the 72nd minute, we saw Osimhen shoot straight at goalkeeper after good work from Onyemachi. Onyemachi cut the ball back to him. 85th minute, I thought this was the chance, to be honest. We almost pulled it out the bag. Lookman had another chance, but unfortunately his shot was straight at the goalkeeper. And then in stoppage time, Osimhen had a header as well. Headed it straight down, but yet again, the Rwanda goalkeeper was there. So all in all, you know, we can't be too mad at the performance, you know, when you have 20 shots and 9 on target. And really, really good chances as well. It wasn't just like very, very low XG chances. These are really good ones. So that was good to see. And we looked dominant. We played on the front foot. You know, the disallowed goal, we've spoken about that one. So we've seen them given as well as not given. So I don't want to complain too much. But I also wanted to say, Lookman was excellent in this game as well. Constant menace. You can just see he's just a cut above. I mean, Lookman has 6 goals in 13 games for Nigeria this calendar year. 6 goals. The great Nwankwo Kanu only scored 12 goals for the senior national team of Nigeria in his entire career. I know he got a lot of assists, but I'm just trying to put into context the kind of year Ademola Lookman has had for the Super Eagles and has had for his club side. You know, we really have to continue to put some respect on that man's name, and hopefully we'll see him crowned CAF African Footballer of the Year in the next few months. Also, Boniface was unlucky, as I said as well, so, you know, no real qualms there. I don't think anybody necessarily played bad, to be honest. Lookman was a standout player. I thought Ndidi also played really well. He almost looked like 2019, 2018 Ndidi that would just have octopus legs and just grab the ball off like the opponents. Every time Rwanda tried to mount any attack, their touch always let them down, and Ndidi's strides were always helpful, and he was always there to just mop up the ball. Fisayo too was good as well in this game. I thought Onyemachi had another very, very good game, and he's really, making a name for himself in that left wing back position. So he should start the next set of games in October as well. I thought most of the team were also decent. Some people might say, oh, maybe Chukwueze did not have, at certain moments he didn't play well, but at the same time, Chukwueze also played well in certain moments when you look at how he kept getting through the defense. So, can't complain too much. But ultimately, like I said, when you're a Giants team, you have to slay these young teams. And it's all about your individual quality, as I've said. We know that national teams don't train every day, all year round. You have to take your chance where you come together. And it's really important that you take chances. So this one, we have to put on our star players, to be honest. If they had just been a bit more decisive in their finishing and just took their chances, we would have left that game with a 1-0 or 2-0 win. And we know these games are always going to go. They're always going to be tight margins. Look at England today. They played Finland. Harry Kane scored 2 goals. That's what I mean. Like, on any other day, it could have been 0-0. But what the best teams in international football can show, like we're currently seeing from Egypt at the moment. I don't know if anyone's been looking at Egypt's recent results under their new coach. The way they're beating the small teams, even if they need to just get that plucky 1 goal or that plucky 2nd goal, they're able to find that a way. And we need to get back to that place, Same thing you see with Argentina. I know at the moment they're losing to Colombia 2-1 away. But more often than not, Argentina did not lose a game for 5 years. So they find a way to win. I'm not saying we're Argentina, or I'm just saying we're AFCON finalists. We're Nigeria. We're the 5th best team in Africa according to CAF rankings. On paper, we're probably even the best if we're being brutally honest with ourselves. So we should expect better and should be seeing better. That's all I'm trying to say. So another problem I saw Eguavoen adapting in the game. You could argue he could have made some of these subs earlier in the game. And I don't know whether Iwobi was injured, but for him not to have brought Iwobi on while we're chasing the game, taking nothing away from Onyeka and Oyedika, I thought they played all right as well in this game. But, Iwobi could have provided an attacking spark, because really and truly, as a team like Nigeria should be playing, you must be going for the win. You can't be saying, I'm scared we might concede a goal from Rwanda. Yes, they're at home, but you are the big boy. You have to show it. Nigeria must never be comfortable drawing away to the 131st best team in the world or the 39th best team in Africa. We are currently ranked 39th best team in the world. Rwanda are ranked 39th best in Africa. Just to explain to you the difference in quality we have here. So, also, I thought, while you don't have any problems against the defense, you have to argue, playing a back 3 against opposition like Rwanda, I'm not so sure. Yes, it could have been okay that he started with that formation, but when we're chasing the game, he ought to have changed to a back 4. Fundamentally, the only reasons why teams play 3 at the back is when you don't trust your centre-back pairing. We all know this. All the elite teams play 4 at the back for a reason. Yes, we've seen some teams win, Conte and co with their 3, but more often than not, you could say system, but fundamentally, the best defenses play 2 centre-backs. So Nigeria cannot be playing like that against lowly ranked teams, especially when you're chasing the game and trying to score. So forget what people say that there's no small teams in Africa. Everybody has their level. Everybody has their quality. And whether you like it or not, Nigeria has to be beating the smaller teams on our continent. The same way we would expect the same in Europe, Asia. Saudi Arabia flog everybody in Asia in qualifying. Japan. Look at the way Japan are pasting teams in their World Cup qualifying. We need to get to that level. And obviously, I have all the smoke for NFF because we know that they're not helping our cause. From the coaching situation to the facilities, where's our own training center? The players have to fly to Lagos, fly to Uyo. How can you not have a stadium that's good enough in Lagos? We know what they are doing. So anyway, we'll call that one out. But Nigeria really ought to be winning these games. One person to shout out from the Rwanda team, as I said, the goalkeeper, Ntwari, with his 9 saves. Really, really good to see for him. But obviously not good for Nigeria. But final thoughts, at the end of the day, the way I see it is it's like a driving test. When you're doing a driving test, you could have done everything right throughout the test. But if you make one major mistake, you failed the test. the driving instructor will tell you, well done, you tried, but unfortunately, I cannot pass you. That doesn't mean you did not enjoy the ride and there were no positives that you could take away from yourself for doing okay on the test. But ultimately, you did not pass. And that is the way this game feels. Ultimately, Nigeria have to be beaten Rwanda away. So that's my one sad point and, slight regrets. In fact, not slight regrets, it's annoying. But we can't fault the performance too much. But you must definitely end up winning. We cannot get to a point where Nigerians are comfortable drawing against Rwanda and saying, it was a good point. No. That's NEPA syndrome. In parts of the world, if there's no light for 5 minutes, everybody's annoyed. In fact, it will be a national emergency. But in certain parts of the world, when there's light for 5 hours, say, up NEPA, we're happy. No, we cannot accept crumbs, not super egos. I'm sorry. We have the capabilities to be far better. So hopefully we will have that. On one hand, you cannot be saying how good the Nigeria squad is and how we have one of the best attackers in the whole world and we have quality players all over the place. But then on the other hand, you are saying you're happy with drawing Rwanda or, it's okay now, it's a tough team. Now, we have to demand better for ourselves. We have to be swatting away these teams. So anyway, hopefully we'll see more of that. At the end of the day, the hardest job in football is putting the ball in the back of the net. And that is what makes the best teams in the world the best and the best players in the world the best. There's a reason why strikers and attackers are still the players people pay the most money for, because they're the most decisive players in football. All the defenders and midfielders in world football, they all started as strikers when they were young. So we need to see better. So well done for at least the performance, but let's get better and let's do better. But current standings anyway, we lead the group with our 4 points, Benin with 3 points, Rwanda with 2, and Libya with 1. So yeah, that's it in terms of Nigeria. And then quickly, just to round up the podcast, I just want to quickly remind everybody about who our players will be facing this weekend as the European leagues come back into place. So in the Premier League, Fulham, Alex Iwobi and Kevin Bassey will be playing West Ham at home on Saturday. Wilfred Ndidi's Leicester in action against Crystal Palace away on Saturday as well. 3 p.m. kickoff game. And then the Nottingham Forest boys, Ola Aina and Taiwo Awoniyi, are going to Anfield on Saturday. That's going to be a tough game, man. But hopefully they'll do us proud. We've still not heard anything about Emmanuel Dennis moving, so we'll keep you posted once we hear on that one. As for Jeriba and Polonwachu, Southampton play Manchester United at home in the early kickoff on Saturday as well. So look out for all the games taking place involving our Nigerian players over the weekend. Other games taking place in Prem, North London Derby, Tottenham versus Arsenal. Odegaard is injured, so we'll see what happens with that one. But still look forward to the game and still expecting 3 points, to be honest. We'll also see Man City take on Brentford on Saturday. We've got Brighton playing Ipswich Town on Saturday as well. And then Aston Villa and Everton face it off in the 5:30 p.m. kickoff game. There's also an 8 p.m. kickoff game on Saturday, which is between Bournemouth against Chelsea. And then on Sunday, after the North London Derby, we've got Wolves versus Newcastle. Premier League, what are you doing? What do you mean we have to watch Wolves versus Newcastle after the North London Derby? I don't even know what they're doing. But anyway, those are the fixtures. In the Championship, Shemi Ajayi and Josh Maja's West Brom, who are currently second, will play Portsmouth away on Sunday. And then Tom Delebashiru, Fisara Delebashiru's brother, is at home against Coventry on Saturday. Luton Town have just completed the signing of Victor Moses. He's been getting a lot of love today. Barclays, I don't know if you've seen the Twitter trend about Barclays men and footballers who played, a few seasons ago. But Victor Moses signed for Luton Town today. So him, Elijah Adebayo, and Fred Onyedima will be in action against Millwall away on Saturday. Finally, in the Championship, Mohamed Tijani will be playing, his Plymouth team will be playing Sunderland at home on Saturday. In Serie A, Ademola Lookman's Atalanta play Fiorentina at home on Sunday. And then Maduka Okoye's Udinese, who are currently 4th and doing really well, go away to Parma in the Monday night kickoff. AC Milan, struggling so far in their first 3 games. Chukwueze plays Venezia at home on Saturday, so they'll be looking to get some points on the board. 3 points for that matter. And then we'll see Fisara Delebashiru's Lazio play Verona at home on Monday too. In the Bundesliga, Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller will be playing Kevin Akpoguma's Hoffenheim away on Saturday. So Kevin Akpoguma will be, his team, Hoffenheim, will be at home. Let's see if he can at least force himself back into thinking with the Super Eagles, because we do have a very good player there. Although you might have to argue, if it ain't broke, there's no need to necessarily fix it. We're keeping clean sheets. We kept 2 clean sheets in both of our games this last international window. And Bassi and Ekong, as far as I'm concerned, are solidified top 2. You know, between Nda, Ajayi, that's where I have arguments about the likes of Eguavoen and Akpoguma coming back in, because there's an argument about their quality being up to there. But of course, Ajayi has the benefit of being in the squad and understanding the system. Also, we'll see Frank Oyeka potentially make his debut for Aalborg against San Pauli at home on Sunday. And then in La Liga, we also see Battle of Super Eagles with Crisantos Uche, who's not yet an Eagle, forgive me. His Getafe team are going away to Sevilla to play Chidera Ejuke and Kelechi Iheanacho's team. So that should be a very good game on Saturday. Omar Sadiq, on the other hand, Real Sociedad welcome Real Madrid on Saturday. So that should be quite a glamour time for Real Sociedad, and hopefully we can see Sadiq get some minutes in this game. In Ligue 1, we've got so many players in Ligue 1 now, man. It's good to see. Gift Urban, let's see if he scores after his brace in the last game. Let's see if he gets some more minutes now that he did what he did. The next game is hard, though. They're playing Lens away on Sunday, so that's a very, very tough game. Speaking of Lens, they do have a Nigerian player on their books, Hamzat Ojediro. He's a defensive midfielder, and he came on and played, I think, about 10 minutes in Lens' last game. So let's see if he gets some minutes in this game against Lyon and Gift Urban. As for Moses Simon, Nantes are doing well so far. They're third, and they'll be playing Reims at home on Sunday. Monaco, who sit fifth, George Ilenikena, you know, his team play Auxerre away on Saturday. And then Akko Adams Montpellier in action against Rennes away on Sunday. Finally, Gabriel Ochoa's Auxerre will play Monaco on Saturday. And then at Nice, Victor Orapko will be going away to play Marseille. The final leagues to cover, Bruno Yemachi, who had a stellar international window, will be back in action for Boavista. They play Estrella de Amadora away on Monday. It's safe to say if Onyemachi keeps playing as well as he played for Nigeria, he should be moving to a better team very soon. Or let's watch out, Sha. In Belgium, Rafael Yedika's Club Brugge in action against Kortrijk away on Saturday. And then Toluar Kodari and Irasor's Genk are in action against Cercle Brugge away on Saturday. Victor Udo's Royal Antwerp play Union Saint-Gilloise on Sunday. And then Jordan Torunariga's Ghent play KV Mechelen on Sunday. In the Turkish league, we will finally see Victor Osimhen's debut for Galatasaray. They're currently second in the league just because they've only played 3 games. They've won all their 3 games, and they will definitely challenge for the title with Fenerbahce, who obviously have Jose Mourinho as their manager now. The game for Galatasaray is against Rizespor on Saturday, 6 p.m. Nigeria time. So if you want to watch Victor Osimhen's debut for Galatasaray, check out that game at 6 p.m. on Saturday. As for Fenerbahce, let's see if Osai Samuel has recovered sufficiently from his injury to play for them against Kashimpasa away on Sunday. And then Anthony Nwakeme will be in action for Trabzonspor against Besiktas at home on Sunday. Kenneth Mero's Kashimpasa will be playing Osai Samuel's Fenerbahce, so watch out for that game. And then moving on to Scotland, Cyril Dessers and Leon Balogun will be in action against Dundee United away on Sunday. And while in the Serbian league, we'll see Petar Olayinka's Red Star Belgrade play Napredak at home on Saturday. Final 2 leagues, Czech Republic, Igor Ugbo, centre-back to look out for, as I always tell you. His Slavia Prague team play Banik Ostrava away on Saturday, while Victor Latunji's Sparta Prague, who are also in the Champions League, will be playing against Karvina at home on Saturday. In the South African PSL, I believe their season resumes pretty soon. Olisanda is in action in the CAF Champions League this Saturday. Qualifiers, they play Waneng Galaxy away, Orlando Pirates. So let's see how Orlando Pirates do in that game. And then they play Chippa United on Wednesday. I'm not sure if that's the PSL opener, but I'm pretty sure it probably is. So we should see Stanley Nwabali in action against Chippa United for Chippa United against Orlando Pirates. It must be said, Stanley Nwabali continues to look very safe as Nigeria goalkeeper. Very assured, very calm. You know, we've had no problems whatsoever, no mistakes, and my God, he just seems to be able to command the team, and he's playing really, really well. And hopefully, after this season, we will see him move to Europe. So, those are all the games to watch out for. And just to round up with the ones to watch, on Saturday, remember, Ola Aina's Nottingham Forest and Taiwo Awoniyi play Liverpool away at Anfield. Joe Aribo's Southampton play Manchester United as well. So, United fans, watch that one. Nathan Tella and Victor Boniface play Kevin Akpogumas Hoffenheim, while Chidera Ajike and Kelechi Iheanacho Sevilla play Crisantos Uche's Getafe. Omar Sadiq Real Sociedad are in action against Real Madrid. I know Mbappe fanboys, you want to watch. I love Mbappe too, so I'm going to probably watch that game too. And then on Sunday, we will see Ademola Lookman's Atalanta play Fiorentina. And hopefully we'll see Lookman starts because he hasn't started any games so far for Atalanta in the league. And then in Fenerbahce, we've got Bartosz Samuels, Fenerbahce playing Kenneth Mero's Kashipasa. And of course, the big one, Victor Osimhen's debut for Galatasaray against Rizespor on Saturday, 6 p.m. Look out for that one. Thanks again for rocking with me, guys. That's the end of this episode. You know, a bit of a shame that we didn't win the game, but, you know, I don't feel too bad. You know, if it was World Cup qualifiers, oh my God, we'll be crying. So hopefully we can fine-tune a few things. And please continue to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. And if you listen on any of our streaming platforms, please run it up, like, share, subscribe, all of that. One final thing to mention. It's been announced, I don't know how true it is, that Eguavoen said he has stepped down from his interim job. Apparently, the mandate was for 2 games, so he's stepping down. I don't know how true it is. We'll verify, and I'll get back to you guys. But if that's the case, I wouldn't panic. It's Nigeria. He's still technical director. They will announce in 2 weeks' time that he's going to take care of the games. So let's just wait and see. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the week. If you want to watch any more football, there's still a few World Cup qualifiers going on right now. But club football is back this weekend, which I know everybody's happy about. Until next time, take care and peace out. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the bell to get a notification whenever we drop a video. You can also find our social media channels listed below. And of course, up Super Eagles and Nigerian, they ever carry last.